sky. It was around midnight. And as soon as we get up there in the air, there is like a really loud, sustained sound. Like this was not cool. It was really pretty scary. People are, looking around like freaked out, right? The flight attendants are like checking this thing out. Nobody knows what's going on. So a couple of minutes later, the captain gets on the horn there and says, "Okay, everybody, be cool. Everything's fine, but we are going to make an emergency landing back in Chicago. We'll be on the ground in 6 minutes." And I'm like, oh shit. Like people are freaking out. So thinking about this, it's like, okay, so this pilot is not going to tell us if the wing is about to fall off, right? So we've got 6 minutes to really consider what life is about, what it has been, what it could be, and what it is now. Okay? So for 6 minutes, I'm sitting there and thinking about this, and this is a very real exercise. Okay? We might die in the next 6 minutes. That is an unusual circumstance. So it kind of amps up the tension and the drama of this situation. As you can tell, the plane landed safely. Here we are, everybody took a deep breath. Whew, thank goodness that was over. One of the things that I thought about in those very powerful 6 minutes was, what am I doing well in my life? What do I want more of? What am I sort of failing at? How can I be better? Etc., etc. One of the things that, and I am not doing well in certain areas of my life, and I'm always trying to do better with that, but one of them that I really do feel I am, is my work as a creativity coach. Okay? So why am I telling you all this? Well, the time in the airplane is really about the ticking clock. It's a really dramatic example of a ticking clock. And if you guys are writers or study literature or something, ticking clock essentially means that the time is running out. Okay, so if you look at Mission Impossible, well damn, Ethan Hunt better, turn off that bomb before it blows the place up. Or if you're going back to Star Wars, Luke better, destroy the Death Star before, the planet goes. They blow that thing up. But the truth is, the ticking clock is always happening in our lives because we're all going to die, right? So we don't always see this, but it is always there. So then the question is, well, what the hell are you doing with your life? Is this really what you want? Okay? So in my work as a creativity coach, I have done all kinds of stuff out there in the world with creativity. So I've been an award-winning artist, musical artist. Got a film out there in the world on Gaia.com, if you guys know that. It's called Mystic Coffee. Tons of placements of music on film and TV, photography, video, all kinds of stuff. But what I learned after writing my book, which by the way I wrote a book, it's called Not Effing Around, the No Bullshit Guide for Getting Your Creative Dreams Off the Ground. So, is that although it's great to have this ambition to be a bestseller and win the Oscar and make $1 million and be famous and all that kind of stuff, really, at its best, creativity is a way for us to be seen, expressed, and healed. So what am I talking about? So to be seen in this world. Often in this world, I believe, many of us feel unseen or only partially seen. Out when you're walking around in the city, nobody really sees you. Half the time they won't even look at you. Same thing driving on the freeway. Online, of course, endless scrolling of, anonymity, basically. So that's the outer layer. As you move a little closer in, you've got, your acquaintances, you've got your coworkers, and, maybe they get you in some ways, and maybe they don't, right? and you move even closer, and that's when you have your friends, your real friends, you know, your family, your lovers, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully, they see you at a deep level. But sometimes even then, they don't really get the whole picture. Okay, so that's the seen part. What does it mean to be expressed? Well, in my definition, expressed is simply moving from the potential to the actual. So an example of this is a dancer. Okay, the dancer knows all the moves, that's awesome, but she's sitting in the corner, dance floor is empty, music's blaring. In that moment, that dancer is not expressed. As soon as that dancer moves onto that dance floor, she is expressed as a dancer. She is being what she is, who she is, who he is. Okay, so what about being healed? Well, in creativity, when you create something with authenticity, there is some kind of catharsis with that, right? You write that novel, you write that poem, you dance that dance, whatever that thing is, there's a letting go, there's a freedom in that. But it goes even deeper, right? If you look at, let's say, a love song, well, what's the healing in a love song? I would say that the healing in a love song is all of the pain and loneliness that came before that song was written or sung. Okay? So when we are seen, expressed, and healed, we then can give the gift of our creativity to the world. That's cool, but it actually gets even cooler. Because when you give your gift of creativity to the world, you then become the gift. Because you show others that they too can be seen, expressed, and healed. And that is what I'm all about. Yeah, all right, rock on, yeah, fuck yeah. So when we do that, we essentially raise the vibration, you know, of the whole world, because we are showing the world that they can be healed as well. Okay? So,
and you're showing the world that you have a new shirt on.
I do.
You do, because there's a tag and I gotta take it off.
Tag on the shirt. All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Spontaneity, man.
I know. You gotta do it. Okay, so we are seen, expressed, and healed in the world. So if we know this, why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we stepping into our creativity and our healing? There's a whole lot of reasons for that. One of them, and the big one, really is fear. Okay? So fear shows itself in all kinds of different ways, but one of the ways is keeping within our comfort zone. Guys ever, stay in your comfort zone perhaps, right? Okay? What is the comfort zone? It's a place where you feel cozy and warm, where you're not particularly challenged. You know what's going on. And all that stuff is fine. Okay? But if you stay there too long, it becomes a rut, and then there's no growth. And we want to grow so we can be seen, expressed, and healed. So, what I would love to do, if you guys are cool with it, is a guided meditation to help us step out of our comfort zone. You guys cool with this?
Yeah.
All right. So let's so we get all together there with the seats. Take a couple deep breaths. Close your eyes. You know how to do this kind of thing, right? Okay, just feel yourself relax. Feet on the floor, all that kind of business. Okay, your arms, legs, all that. So in your imagination, on a special TV set, picture yourself as a little 2-inch person in the middle of like this white background. See this on the TV set. Okay, you guys got that? Good. Now notice a square that goes the whole way around your 2-inch self. Okay, good. So you're now safely inside of your comfort zone. And just notice how that feels. Again, maybe it's kind of warm, definitely feels safe, right? You're in control in here. You know what's up. You know what to expect. So think for a moment about something you want to do outside of your comfort zone. what you want to say yes to. Something kind of big, something maybe a little scary. Perhaps it's taking a risk to put yourself out there in the world somehow, or doing something new or creative. Something you stopped doing a long time ago, or never even started. You know what this is. It may be many things, but for this moment, let's just keep it focused on one thing, okay? Okay, good, you got it. So breathe extra deep. Good. Now think about someone you know or someone else who does this thing really well. And picture them doing it in the space somewhere outside of your comfort zone, on your fancy TV set. While you're still safe in your comfort zone, notice what they do with their body, their mind, their thoughts. While you're still safe in your comfort zone, just kind of slip into their body, into their mind. Good. Breathe deeply into this. Notice how their body feels and moves. Notice what they think about. Notice what it's like for them to do this thing that you want to do. And notice how they do it so well. Good. Now gather all the information you can from this person. Everything you need to know how to do your new thing really well. What steps to take, how to find the momentum and strength to do all this stuff, how to overcome obstacles. Now take all that information back into you, into your cells and muscles and brain, and bring all this back into you, into the box that defines your comfort zone. Yeah. Feel that. And really breathe it in. Breathe it in deeper. Good. Now you know how to do this thing so well, it's already in your comfort zone, right? So how does that feel now? Okay, now you're ready to step out of the box on the TV set outside of your comfort zone. So just take a little step outside of that box. How does that feel? Okay, but check this out. When you desire this to happen, the box of your comfort zone expands when you step out of it. It kind of follows you. Even when you step out a little further, your comfort zone expands. You're still in your comfort zone with these new skills, with these new talents and energies. So dig in a little deeper and see yourself doing these things really well. Great job, right? Maybe even want to take some selfies of yourself doing it in there. Save them in a safe place. Yeah, feel that. And check this out. Your friends and family just kind of showed up, and they're watching you. They're psyched. Now more people are showing up, and they're super into it too. You're dazzling them with your new skills, your new stuff. In fact, you're encouraging them to step out of their comfort zones to live their own dreams. So feel them watching you. All that love and all that goodness just kind of pours over you. And now they applaud you. Yeah, it's loud. It's really loud. And you know you deserve it. Your heart knows that you said yes, you took action. The applause is even louder now. It's time to take a little bow to acknowledge the people who are acknowledging you. So yeah, just thank them. Now from the center of your being, take a minute to deeply and sincerely thank your future self, because this is your future self. So thank your future self for saying yes, for taking action, for taking some risks, for stepping outside of the comfort zone, for all this knowledge and wisdom, for helping your present self move forward into the future that you desire. And just remind your future self that you'll be meeting them soon. That's good. So take all that into your body, your mind, and your soul. Infuse that all in there real deep. That's good. And when you're ready, just kind of come on back to planet Earth. You can open your eyes. Yeah. So what are some things that you guys learned from that experience? What did you get?
My box didn't feel so safe. I wanted to break out of it.
The box didn't feel safe. Nice.
Yeah, the box felt really confining when you first talked about it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, what else?
I really like what you said about the farther that you expand, the farther the box expands. That, the thing that seems scary and unattainable, when you look at it from where you're standing, when you get there, you realize it's just all part of the same thing.
Have you ever experienced that in your life?
Absolutely.
That process?
Absolutely. Yeah, over and over again. Looking at, I want to do that thing, but only the really smart and cool people do that thing. When you get there, you look back and you realize that, oh, they're actually just exactly like me. They didn't know what they were doing either. Yeah, that really struck me.
Beautiful, thank you. Anybody else have something they want to share about their experience? Yeah.
Well, I really believe that there's truth to, if you make that jump, that everybody sees you. It's just like a domino effect. And, you've been wallowing, they're wallowing, everybody's wallowing and not making the jump. But so you feel like compelled, just so you know that you could inspire them to do the same thing. So,
Absolutely. Fuck
really,
wallowing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so we got it. Use your creativity to be seen, expressed, and healed. There's a ticking clock. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. So let's get on the ball and step out of your comfort zone, because it's really not that scary, and your comfort zone's gonna come up to meet you. All right. So thanks a lot, you guys. Love your feelings.